stop whinging and get out of the car. The boots are lovely.
They're
come on.
tight.
I know they're tight. Now, come on.
Megs, we're going to be late.
It's only going to take a minute.
How can buying land take a minute?
Because we're just picking up the contract. We're not negotiating our lives away.
Megs, I don't feel good about this.
TJ, you are not going to lose your money. It's not just the land, it's a blue gum wood lot.
$5,000.
PJ, if you didn't want to lend me the money, you shouldn't have.
All right, if you can risk your money, I guess I can risk
It is
mine.
not a risk. How many times do I have to keep telling you that? Just, hey, you trust me.
He's popped out.
Hey.
He's popped? What was he expecting you?
Sort of. He was supposed to call me yesterday.
For sit rep.
509, an apparent suicide. A Kurt Landers, his solicitor.
Receipt 509. Do you have a time of death?
Not as yet, VKC. We suspect Sunday or possibly yesterday.
Receipt 509. Do you want me to contact homicide?
You haven't left a note. I'm sorry I failed you all.
I just don't believe it.
That's what he wrote.
Look, I know you didn't know this guy, but he's not the type of person who would have topped himself. He was genuinely happy, easygoing. I mean, maybe it's some sort of a mistake.
It's no mistake, Maggie. Guns in his hand, holes in his head. Check the wall, see the trajectory there.
It's in the wall.
All right, 7 round mag. 5 in it now. 1 in the breech. If you didn't talk to him yesterday, he could have topped himself on Sunday.
Yeah, well, we can check when he wrote the note. Right, 30th of August, so that's 11:30 on Sunday night. Why didn't I come here yesterday?
If it made any difference, Mags, he'd still be dead.
Why would he do it?
How much money was this land deal worth, Mags?
Well, I mean, there was probably 20 or 30 investors at $10,000 a pop, so over $250,000. He wouldn't have. I mean, he couldn't have.
Check the drawers, financial records, bank records, anything you can get your hands on, all right?
It's a checkbook.
Let's look. Here we go. Cash check for $270,000.
When?
28th, last Friday. Mags, when did you give him our cash?
Thursday?
Sorry?
Thursday.
Fantastic.
Oh, you beauty, he made it.
Yeah, sorry, man, I overslept.
Senior Constable Stewart seems to have forgotten that we in the uniform brigade keep rostered hours. And what does your roster say there, brother?
Yeah, okay, Nick.
It says 0800 hours, doesn't it?
So I slept in, and why did I sleep in? Because I didn't hear the alarm. And why didn't I hear the alarm?
We give in.
Because I was wearing earplugs.
Oh, that's no excuse. You've
Which
got
I
to do
decided
that.
to put in when you had made yourself an omelette at 2 a.m.
Oh, I was hungry.
Yeah, but you have to play the Wagner or whatever it was when you did it.
Who's
Robert
Wagner?
Wagner from heart to heart. Besides, Tannhauser makes the omelette tastier.
And thanks a lot for waking me up when you left.
Mate, you were snoring away so peacefully and you were snoring in time, I didn't have to heart to heart to
Face
wake
it,
you
the
up.
man is dead from the neck up.
He works for a bank. What do you
Going to
expect?
suicide to get it tidied up?
No, the chief accountant wouldn't show us anything without a warrant. What, so the lawyer embezzles the funds and then he goes and shoots himself?
Who shot himself?
Kurt Landers.
So it was definitely suicide.
Well, it looks that way.
Motive?
He took out $270,000 of land deal money in cash.
Not in his safe.
Nope.
And the bank want a warrant before they'll even tell us whether or not the cheque's been presented.
You've already been to the bank.
Well, this is the gun. We're going to need to get this checked.
Yeah, all right, Ben.
Maybe he had a gambling problem.
Oh, he shoved $270,000 in 10-cent pieces down a poker machine.
Did you talk to his brother?
His brother.
Yes, his brother, the next of kin. He runs that printery over on Commercial Road. What's it called?
Hi, Mike Printers. We really should have told the boss we're involved.
And why we're buying land together?
I know. Officially, it's in my name. It's an investment, right?
Mags, all right, you do what you have to do, but I want to get our money back.
What's going on?
Call an ambulance.
Well, should I do that first?
Well, somebody do something like that.
Here, let's put something on it. Hold it down with your thumb. That's hold it there. Now, can someone tell me what happened here, please?
Gerard was supervising a print run. He must have slipped. He lost his finger in the machine.
Oh, you're Gerard Landers. Yeah. All right,
Keep the cloth on, sir.
Have you incompetent idiots found it yet?
Where were you exactly?
For God's sake!
Sir, we will find your fingers.
It's got a bloody great signet ring on it. Find it, woman.
Jesus! Now, can you please find me some ice to put his finger on? Perhaps that would be good.
Yes, of course.
I found it.
All right, we need ice. Get some ice.
Find the container, you stupid bitch.
Okay.
Let me look at it.
No, we'll take care of this.
Is the ring still on it?
Yes.
Don't worry, Mr. Landers. They can do wonders with microsurgery.
That's if we ever get to hospital. Where's the ambulance? Hey, Janet! Where's the bloody ambulance?
Send as soon as possible. I'll check on where it is, man. Thomas 509 on the portable.
I found the esky.
Oh, good. Oh, thanks.
How are you feeling? How do you think I'm bloody feeling?
Thank you, BKC.
Where is the bloody thing?
No, the ambulance is going to be about 10 minutes, sir. They've got another...
10 minutes?
Yes, that's
Right, we'll go in the cop car. Where's the cop
for
car?
legal reasons, we can't do that, sir.
I'll drive my bloody self.
You can't do
Give me
that.
the bloody thing.
I'll take that, sir. I'll take that. Get the I've got it here.
Okay, you be careful of that, please. And don't damage my bloody car.
Keep your hands up, sir.
What do you do?
Keep your hands up in the air, that's all right.
Okay, all right.
I'll go in the back with him.
All right, probably not a good time to talk to him about his brother.
No, we'll wait till we get to the hospital. Trip him to surgery and get onto that microsurgery. Come through.
You got the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Good on you. Sit down there, Mr. Landers.
So we
Let's
would put
see.
the finger on ice the minute we got it.
What sort of conditions is it?
Bloody hell.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, we should be able to do something. Where is it?
It was there.
It's not there now.
What do you mean it's not there?
Miss Landers.
What are you saying? Someone's pinched my bloody
Mr.
finger?
Landers, I'm sure
I
there's
want
some
it found, and I want it
explanation.
found now. And the ring that was on it.
The ring.
There was a ring on the finger. Well, that's probably what ripped it off. The ring gets caught in the machinery.
Thank you,
rips the
McKinley.
finger
We get
off.
the picture. What sort of a ring?
It was a gold signet ring, very valuable.
Now, we've got to find the finger in the next 2 hours or they can't reattach it.
All right, what are we waiting for? One finger with or without gold signet ring.
I don't suppose you got to tell him about his brother.
No.
Zoe's trying to calm him down. She's going to let us know when he's fit to be told, but he's a very excitable man.
Yes, so I've heard.
So, what do you want to know first?
Oh, what's happening with the money?
I can't help you there, but the gun did belong to Kurt and it was duly licensed. Now, apparently his neighbour said that he was in the middle of organising a big land deal. Apparently he'd been going on about how he'd got together all the investors' funds.
Really?
Yeah, it's surprise, surprise. He used to make a trip to the Melbourne casino at least once a week.
Ah, did he? Maggie? Excuse us, Ben.
How was I supposed to know that he was a gambler?
Such a nice man.
Well, he was a very nice
Such
man.
a good investment.
Well,
You
I know,
can't
I've already said I am sorry.
$5,000, Maggie.
Look, at least it was yours. I had to borrow some of mine off my dad.
Look, one is born every minute.
Oh, meaning me, I suppose.
What's the story?
Huh? Oh, what story?
Which one of you had money in that land deal?
Oh. Me. It was me. $10,000, if you must know.
Ouch.
But don't worry, because I was about to tell the boss that I'm involved.
Why? No. He's only going to take you off the case.
Well, yeah.
But don't you want to get your money back?
Of course I do, but the regulations clearly state that if you...
She's a bit of a worry, isn't she?
She likes to do the right thing.
Yeah, don't we all? But it's not as though she's going to be tempted to strong-arm the embezzler. He's dead. This is just a paper
Hello,
trail.
I'm still in the room. I'm standing here.
Maggie, you do what you got to do, but if it was me, I'd just give myself a couple of hours.
Zoe calls. She reckons Gerard Landers is as ready as he'll ever be for the bad news.
Dad? Mr. Landers, we are very sorry for your loss.
What about my finger? You found that yet?
No, but we do have a team who are doing a thorough search of the printery.
Someone's pinched it.
So can you think of any reason why your brother...
Why? For the ring, of course.
Well, that is definitely a possibility that we're investigating.
Now, so what I'm asking you is, can you think of any reason why your brother might take his own life?
Oh, he worked too hard. He didn't have any private life.
Mr. Landers, we understand that he used to make regular visits to the casino. Can you confirm that?
We didn't live in each other's pockets, but he might have had the odd flutter now and again, you know.
Well, when was the last time you saw him?
I don't know. Last Friday, Thursday maybe. We were doing some printing for this land deal of his.
So he came to you?
Yeah.
Did he seem depressed or...
Not half as depressed as I'm going to feel if I don't get my finger back.
It's okay. We're doing everything we can.
And there's no use searching the bloody place. Someone's taken it deliberately and hidden it.
Who'd that be?
Janet bloody Underhill.
But why would she want to steal your finger if you...
Why? Out of spite. I'm downsizing. The bloody bitch knows she's next.
He didn't give you any indication that he might sack you?
Not yet, but he probably will. He's let 5 others go since Christmas.
Well, that doesn't seem to worry you.
Well, God knows I need the job, but it'll be a relief to be out of that place.
You don't like it?
I've only stayed this long because of Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Ronnie Fennell. He inherited the printery from his father. Gerard only came in as a partner about 5 years ago. Ronnie may not be much chop as a businessman, but he's a fine printer. And he's a gentleman.
Well, Gerard thinks you might have stolen the finger out of spite.
I wish I'd thought of it.
Did you?
No.
Did you steal his ring?
That tatty old signet ring.
Gerard says it's worth quite a bit.
It's a big, ugly lump. It's square with gold rays sticking out of it and a fake diamond in the middle. Looks like it came out of a Wheatie pack.
Nevertheless, you were alone with it in the kitchen while it was packed in the esky.
Fine. Look in my bag if it'll make you happy.
You know, PJ, Janet wasn't the only one alone with the finger. Remember when Gerard screamed, we both came out of the kitchen? And Ronnie was left alone with it.
I don't know how the finger could have come out here, Mr. Fennell, if it was last seen in the kitchen.
Well, it's best to be thorough, don't you think?
What do you do? You come to help, have you?
Yes, just going to have a word to Mr. Fennell.
Lucky hell. Good luck, mate.
Thank you. Now, so you were alone with the finger in the kitchen this morning, is that right?
Was I? Oh, you mean when I was finding the esky?
Did you take the finger?
Why would I take the finger?
Well, just answer the question, please, sir.
No, of course I didn't. I don't have that sort of sense of humour.
Oh, you think this is some sort of a joke?
No, of course not.
Right, now, can you describe the ring on Mr. Lander's finger?
Oh, yes, it was rather chunky, gold, square-shaped, and quite a large stone in the centre.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. Fennell. Sergeant?
Yes.
Mate, did you go through Janet's things?
Yeah, mate, lots of peppermints, I think.
Where were the others when
They were in a little huddle having a cup of tea. You know, there's a solution to this mystery, but, mate, I just cannot
Put your finger on it.
Well, there you go, you sports boy. Don't tell me you've come to help too.
Yeah, sure, why not? Maggie, there's your bank warrant.
Oh, thank you very much, Ben. Come on.
Bank warrant?
Just establishing motive for suicide. Now, where have you looked?
Ooh, just about everywhere, I think.
What?
Well, is that normally how you talk to a bank, Max? Because I got to tell you, I was really embarrassed.
PJ, that short, pigeon-toed, simple-minded bureaucrat was asked a direct question. He couldn't even look me in the eye and give me an answer. He's hindering a police investigation as far as I'm concerned.
You obviously don't want another loan.
There are other banks.
Maggie, banks talk.
And what about all of those other people, the innocent people who were involved in this deal?
I know, you're right. You are right about that. I feel sorry for the people, but you're too close to this. You're too involved.
And you're not $5,000.
Don't remind me. All right, give us the keys. You got them?
No, they're in your pocket. They're in the bank.
I've just had Gordon McPhee on the phone.
The bank manager.
That's right, Gordon McPhee, the bank manager. He's very upset that my staff talk to his staff like that, and I must say, I agree with him. Now I'd like an explanation.
Well, we were dealing with the chief...
I know who you were dealing with. That is not an explanation.
Who was being deliberately unhelpful, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, he made us get a warrant, and then he made us wait, and then he told us that all we were entitled to know was that the cheque had been presented.
Which is obviously when you called him obstructive, unhelpful, obstinate,
I remember what I said, and to be honest, I felt quite restrained under the circumstances.
And what circumstances were they? And this had better be good, Doyle. And what were you doing standing around while all this was going on?
Well,
it's all right. I was an investor in Kurt's land deal, boss.
Oh, for crying out loud. How much?
$10,000.
$10,000? When were you planning to share this information?
When we found out that the money had gone for sure, which is now.
I don't suppose I need to tell you how disappointed I am, Doyle.
I'm very sorry.
You'll write a letter of apology to the chief accountant, and you'll do that now.
Yes.
You'll also leave this investigation to somebody who's not financially or emotionally involved, all right? PJ, that's you.
Right.
Do I make myself clear?
Crystal clear.
Good.
Mags, what could I say?
Did I blame you?
No, but you were going to.
No, I expected to be taken off the case. The point is now, what are you going to do to track down our money?
Well...
Look, we think that he took the money out of the account on the Friday. Now, we don't know if he went to the casino on the Saturday. I know we can check with the casino.
Whoa, hang on. Who was the senior detective assigned to this case?
You.
And who was the senior constable ordered right off it?
Oh, I was just trying to give you some helpful advice. Okay, what are you going to do? What do you plan to do?
What am I going to... I'm going to
Yeah.
start saving again. Maggie, the money is gone, otherwise why did he top himself?
There are other possibilities.
Like?
Like, we have no concrete proof that he lost the money gambling.
I thought so.
I'm sorry, boss, I was just...
handing the case over.
Yeah.
Which you've now done, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Have you written your letter of apology to the bank? Well, you can finish that and then you can go over to Highmark Printers and help in the search for the finger.
Yes.
It's useless. It's not here.
Go on, buck up, mate. There's another 30 minutes before it's useless.
Even though it's obviously not here. Hi.
How are you?
No luck, eh? No, someone's gone and taken it and hid it.
So what do we reckon? They had 20 minutes before we arrived and they said no one left the building.
We flushed it down the toilet.
A ring and all.
That sounds interesting, but they've been very cooperative.
Have you done any personal searches?
There's no need to. They practically showed us what they had in their pockets.
What's outside?
There's a giant dumpster out there.
A giant dumpster?
Get out of here. Why would it be in the dumpster?
Because it would probably only take about 10 seconds for someone to flick it in there and then get back inside.
Well, Dash and I have searched every inch of this place.
Don't worry yourself. Probably take a fresh eye anyway. Come on, Mags.
Hey. Yeah, why not? Good on you, Mags.
Now, where is it you two haven't looked?
So did you own up or did Tom find out?
Bit of both.
You hate that, don't you? Being in the bad books.
Yep.
Bet it doesn't happen very often.
No.
So, I'm not going to ask how a lowly senior constable managed to save 10 grand to invest in a land deal.
Well, I borrowed some off my dad.
Don't worry, Maggie. I don't know you very well, but I suspect you'd be about the last copper I'd accuse of corruption.
Thanks.
Hey, you do know it's not going to be easy to get that money back.
Oh, yeah.
It's not impossible. When I was in major fraud, there was a bloke who...
You're in major fraud.
Yeah, just for a couple of months.
That's great. You can help PJ, give him a few pointers.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he'd love that.
No, he won't mind at all.
You think I should... what?
Dig out the actual cheque and chase its history.
Ben was in major fraud.
Was he? Well, mate, it was a cash cheque.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it was cash. It might have been presented and then put into someone else's account, in which case there'd be some sort of...
The moving finger having moved on, the finger... she ain't there.
Oh, well, it's past time for grafting anyway. Bad luck, Gerard.
Any idea what happened to it?
Well, he wasn't very popular, so any one of his employees wouldn't have minded seeing him mutilated for life.
But the only ones who had opportunity were Janet and Ronnie.
Do you want me to finger them?
Thank you, Schwartz. What I would like you to do is go and tell Gerard you can't find his missing digit.
Well, someone's got to do it, I suppose.
I will do it if you
And
like.
you're it, thank you.
PJ and I wanted to word with him anyway. Hey? Come on.
So, Benjamin, you want to explain it to me again?
Well, he's Kurt's brother, right? So he's bound to know something about his business dealings. What's your problem?
New boots, mate.
Oh, very nice.
Blisters.
No, now, mutton fat.
What?
Rubbed into the leather, it softens it up.
Oh, really? Well, maybe I'll change them after we talk to Gerard.
Now, question correctly, he's going to let something slip.
Oh, and that'll be questioned correctly by you.
They're all good people. You can't do this to them. Are you bloody threatening me? I'm telling you for once.
Right. Sorry to interrupt.
Ronnie was just going, weren't you, Ronnie?
Anyway, you know where I stand.
Yeah, and you know where I stand. You found my finger yet?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, useless, the lot of you. I don't know why we pay taxes.
We're now working on the assumption that somebody stole your finger.
Brilliant. I bloody told you that. They took it for the ring. It was probably his little blonde mate. She had it in the car.
Mr. Landers, I can assure you that...
Oh, why would I believe you? You always stick up for each other.
So we are very sorry about your finger.
Yeah, we're also sorry about your other loss.
Yeah, the ring.
Your brother.
Yeah. Poor little Kurt, eh? I can't believe he's really gone.
Now, Mr. Landers, are you aware that a large sum of money in your brother's care appears to have gone missing?
Embezzled a trust fund, did he? Shifty little devil.
You got any idea what he might have done with that money?
He didn't tell me his plans.
So you said earlier that he liked the odd flooded, that, well, is it possible this money could have gone to paying gambling debts?
I told him and I told him. It's a mug's game, but he wouldn't listen.
So you'd say your brother had a gambling problem, would you?
Problem? It killed him, didn't it?
So you think that's why he suicided?
Without a doubt.
Did you have any idea that your brother owned a handgun?
Did he?
You didn't know he had a handgun?
So, all this is yours, eh? Poor Maggie. I'm afraid she can kiss her 10th hour goodbye.
Oh, I didn't think that Major Fraud gave up that easily.
Oh, come on, mate. I mean, we'll still suss out the cheque, but what are the chances, eh? I mean, even his own brother reckons he gambled a lot and blew his brains out.
Well, you believed him?
Well, you didn't.
No, I thought he was a bit sus.
What's this, the famous Hashem instinct, is it?
Could be.
I thought you said it was a straight up and down suicide. Mate, it's a nice place you got here.
Yeah.
Very nice. Hey!
Huh?
You didn't tell me you had a spare room.
Oh, spare.
Mate, Daddy's going to suit me down to the ground. You don't listen to Wagner, do you?
Wagner?
No, of course you don't. My own room, bit of a backyard, decent kitchen. When can I move in, mate? Eh? Plenty of light, decent backyard, very, very comfortable bed. What more could a bloke want, eh?
That's really good, Ben. I'm happy for you.
Mags, Ben thinks you've done your dough. He was a major fraud.
I didn't say that. I just said on the balance of probability.
Did you check with the bank again?
They're not going to let us get within a cooey without another warrant. See, the other one was a bit too specific.
Did you apply for it?
Yeah, of course. But everyone's saying that the guy's a mad keen gambler.
No, that's hearsay.
But why else would he take out that much in cash?
I don't know. I mean, maybe for some other business reason. Oh, you're the expert. What do you think?
Maggie, your money's gone. I mean, you checked his office. You checked his safe. I mean...
Maybe there is another safe.
Why would he have another safe?
I don't know. PJ, we didn't look for a hidden safe, did we?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Well, then...
But we will.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, we will. Yeah. Well, there is nothing here.
Or here.
Here's a hand over here, will you, mate? Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
There's no safe here.
No, there's a bullet.
Yeah.
Bounced off the wall here. Entry point. How many bullets did you say were left in that mag?
There's 5 in the mag, 1 at the spout. The bullet that killed him was in the wall.
And how did this one end up here?
It was set up to make it look like a suicide.
But it was murder.
A second bullet, which you didn't happen to notice this morning because you were too busy worrying about Doyle's money.
It just looked like one entry, Lee.
And the second bullet did end up hidden behind a bookcase.
So, could this killer have taken the money?
Well, it's quite a motive.
Excuse me, boss. Got the pathology report on Kurt Landers. Shot twice, once from around 3 metres, then from dead set point blank through the same entry hole.
So it's been carefully set up. Someone's gone to a lot of trouble.
All right, I'll notify homicide. You'd better let Doyle know that it looks like our money's been stolen, not lost.
So he didn't take the money. I was right to trust him.
All we know for certain, Mags, is that he didn't commit suicide.
Unless he managed to reload his gun after the first bullet.
All right, he did run out that cheque butt last Friday. Dated last Friday.
True.
You see, he could have been forced to write the cheque on Sunday night at gunpoint. The killer shot him, made it look like suicide, and then he took off with the cheque.
Which he cashed on Monday morning.
All right, you set up that appointment with your mate at the bank, and Ben, let's chase up that warrant.
Hey, Max! Made you juice. What? I've made you a juice. It's full of vitamins. Oh, come on, it's good for you. Now, look, I've been taking a lot of vitamins lately, haven't I? Yeah, I don't know how you're managing to get them all down. And now I'm nearly halfway through my chemo and I'm feeling pretty good. And you're looking pretty good, too. And the best thing of all, I've had no hair loss and I think it's the vitamins, so you drink that.
We got it, Mags. Ta-da!
The cheque?
Yes. It was presented yesterday morning
After Kurt's death. And see that scribble on the back?
Yeah,
that's the account number the money was transferred into.
So the money is still in the bank?
Well, no, the account's with another bank.
But I've got a mate
who
works for their investigation section. I've got him on to finding out a name for the account.
Oh, do he could help us?
Oh, yeah, he's a living bloody wonder.
Hey, mate, we're going to pull the plug. You coming down the pub for a quick one?
Yeah, suppose so. Nick, mate, you got a minute?
Well, you can't wait for the pub?
Mate, Ben's a good bloke, isn't he? And you two get along.
Mate, if you want him to move in with you, it's not...
No, that's it. That's just it.
What, you don't want him to move in with you?
No.
Why? Why, because he knows more about fraud than you do?
It's got nothing to do with it.
Why then?
Because I like my privacy.
You got to do better than that. You can turn into a crusty old bachelor the way you're going.
Get out of it.
Mate, think about it. You're a match made in heaven, you two. He's good round the house. He's great in the kitchen. He's tall. He's blonde. I mean, there's a few funny things about him, you know. He might want you to wake him up in the morning. But other than that, mate, you've kicked a goal.
I'm sorry, Peach. I just can't do it.
Chrissy, young Cooper lives here?
Yeah, permanently taking out one of my best rooms at mates' rates. I'm trying to run a business
It's
here.
regular income, Chris. Week in, week out.
It's just not that simple.
So you'd be happy for him to live with Nick?
Well, I thought Nick was spending most of his time at Zoe's.
He's on Nick's couch. Have you got any idea what sort of experience that is? It's like he's still
look,
standing.
all right. He can have the back room. It's only small and it's full of junk. I'll have to clear it out. Yeah.
Hello. I hope you're interrupting something.
Ben, I have got a room for you after all.
Oh, Chris, that's fine, actually. It's all sorted out. I'm going to move in with Buffett here.
Are you?
Yeah, now, is tomorrow okay with you, mate? Hey, tell you what, why don't I cook up one of my lamb kormas? We can invite everyone around and have a bit of a debriefing session. Chris, are you free?
Oh, look, thanks very much, but no, I'm working, so... So long as you're right, I'll leave you to it.
Now, mate, Maggie and I have been having a
Buffett.
chat.
Thanks, Chris.
About this homicide. We've been reconstructing how the killer must have done it.
By setting up the second shot.
Now, obviously, he needed the bookcase as background, right?
To hide the bullet.
So we reckon that he must have had to hold the head at a specific angle and then shot through it. Now, obviously, he did a pretty good job of cleaning up the computer keyboard and the gun,
Excuse me, what about homicide?
Oh, come on, PJ, we're just trying
but establish who the killer is before he spends all Maggie's money.
Thank you.
Well, I don't need fingerprints to tell me who killed Kurt.
Oh, really? Oh, it's obvious, is it?
Ah, who? His brother.
What, the nine-fingered Gerard? Now, how do you figure that one?
That's his famous instinct.
Kurt must have known his killer because he let him into his office late at night, right? Number two, Gerard was very quick to make us think that it was suicide. And number three, his responses were very erratic. I got it. Hello? Yes, sir. Ah. Thank you very much. We're on our way. Gerard has disappeared from the hospital.
Right.
Well, he ate his dinner at 6, but then he was gone by the next medication room.
What, no one saw anything?
Did he have visitors?
No, which is hardly so very surprising.
So he just walked out of here.
Yeah, wearing a hospital gown. We've still got his clothes.
So where's he gone?
I rang his house. If he's there, he's not answering.
Ring.
Oh, thanks.
Doesn't necessarily make him the killer, of course.
No, just a man who's more interested in a ring than the brother and finger he's lost.
CKC to Mount Thomas 509. Yours is a disturbance at Highmark Printers, Commercial Road, Mount Thomas.
Mount Thomas 509 received that. We're on our way.
That'll be him now.
Open the door, Robbie! Open the bloody door! Ronnie,
Mr. Landis is not in there.
He has to be there. He wasn't in this house. Where else would he be?
Just stay calm, all right?
Look, he has to be there. Where else would he be? If he's not, if he's done a runner, I'll bloody kill him. I'll kill Mr. Landis.
Ronnie Fennell skipped town.
Looks like it.
What, because he took Gerard's finger?
No, because he took the ring.
But everybody reckons it's a worthless piece of junk.
Well, we think it's worth over 200,000.
Did either of you see it?
No, not really.
It was covered in a lot of blood.
Well, you better get a description of it from Gerard and get it circulated.
Well, Zoe sedated him at the hospital. She's going to give us a call when he's awake.
Okay.
Well, what do you know? An honest crook. It seems our friend Ronnie paid all his bills before scarpering. He also cancelled the papers and asked a neighbour to empty the mailbox before packing his bags and driving off into the sunset.
All right, you better get on to immigration and the airports.
The hospital called. Gerard's ready for questioning.
So you've got no idea where he might be?
Sorry, can't help you.
So why were you looking for him?
It must have been the drugs. They pump you full of God knows what in hospital these days.
But hang on, you did know that Ronnie had left town.
Has he?
So why would he do that?
I don't know. Ask him.
Well, he's your partner.
Ronnie did have the opportunity to steal your finger.
That'd be right. Stole it, then did a bunk.
Yeah, well, he might have your ring, too.
Might have, but it's not worth much.
What? You said it was.
Sentimental value.
Oh. What were you and Mr. Fennell arguing about yesterday?
I can't remember. Listen, grab the bloody doctor for me, will you? My hand's giving me hell.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't going to be a pushover.
There's got to be an angle, mate. There always
Better
is.
think of it soon before Ronnie flogs off the evidence.
If he has got it.
Look, I want to guard on this bloke. I do not want him doing a bunk on us.
How'd you go? Mr. Nice Guy.
It was all yours.
Thanks very much.
All right, now how many times did he tell us it was a very valuable ring, very expensive?
Heaps.
Now, all of a sudden, it isn't worth that much.
You're right, Pidger. He's sus.
Right. Okay. Now listen, Kurt is killed by someone he must have known because he let him into the office late on a Sunday night, all right? $270,000 goes missing. His brother loses a ring and a finger. And all he's worried about is the ring?
Conclusion, Gerard killed Kurt, he took the money, bought the ring.
So all we've got to do is get him to admit it.
How are we going with a bank search from Adam?
Yeah, I'll check.
Good on you.
Are you really going to let him move in?
How am I going to stop him?
Well, easy. You just say, mate, I am really, really sorry, but I don't want to share.
Oh, that's a bit rich, like you did with Dash.
No, that is different because she was living there before you and I started.
Banks, it's not that simple.
Why?
I got to work with him.
So?
And he's actually looking forward to moving in.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to hurt his feelings.
No.
When are we going to...
Got a name for that second account, Gel Investments.
What is it, some little shelf company?
Yeah, probably. Here it is. Full name, Gerard Edward Landers, G-E-L, Gel Investments.
Well,
you
that's
get it?
perfect, mate, but it's still a bit circumstantial.
Oh, come on, spoil. We'll do it the hard way. OK, Adam, can you get on to Major Fraud, get him to do an ASC check on Gel Investments?
Yep.
We're going to get him.
We should find out where Gerard Landers was on Sunday night, eh?
It's none of your bloody
You
business!
must have some reason for it.
Get out of me way!
Mr. Landis, as your doctor, I strongly advise that you
We
stay.
need to ask you a few questions if we may, sir.
No, you may bloody not! I'm sick to death of your stupid questions!
Where were you on Sunday night, Mr. Landers?
Get out of me way!
Answer the questions, Mr. Landers.
Get out of me bloody way!
Right, Mr. Landers, you're under arrest for assault police.
Let me get this straight. You suspect him of committing murder, so you arrest him for assault?
Boss, he took a swing at me.
He was going to walk. Anyway, I thought it'd be handy to have his prints on file.
All 9 of them. Were you planning to share your suspicions with homicide? They're at the crime scene now, investigating some idea of Doyle's about bloody fingerprints.
Boss, Gerard is our man. I know he is.
Look, he's better in custody here than on the first flight to Majorca.
Yes. All right, I'll placate the hommies, but you better come up with some solid evidence. Intuition never convicted anybody.
So, what do you got, Sherlock?
There's the autopsy report, shot twice.
And Gerard's alibi is...
Home watching telly.
Just heard back from the ASC.
And?
Well, sorry guys, but the sole director of Gel Investments is a Frank Morgan.
Well, who's he when he's at home?
Run a check on him, would you, Adam?
Sure.
$10 Morgan turns out to be a fake name.
No, bet.
Homicide just found a bloody fingerprint underneath the doorknob.
You little beauty. Where are those prints? I knew they'd come in handy.
Oh, good one, mate.
Okay.
That one?
No. I don't believe it.
It's a missing finger.
Which Ronnie took.
Ronnie Fennell.
Nothing back from airports or immigration.
So he could be anywhere.
Hang on. Look, let's think about this. Ronnie's lived here all his life. He's the sort of bloke that thinks St David's is too far away for his annual holidays.
So he could still be in the district?
I don't know, maybe.
That's right. He's definitely not keen on travelling.
Well, Janet, you know Ronnie better than most. Now, where do you think he'd go if he wanted to hide out the district?
I don't want to get him into trouble.
Oh, it's not Ronnie we're after. We just think that he might have some evidence that'll help us to find Kurt Landers' murderer.
Murder? Oh, dear. You don't think Gerard did it, do you?
Why would you assume that?
I wouldn't put it past him. If it means catching Gerard, Ronnie's got an Aunt Maisie.
Give us 30 seconds, then knock.
Sure.
my
Fennell, it's cooking.
Oh, dear.
Come on.
A missing digit.
He kept the finger. Yeah, he said that he didn't want to throw it out.
Yeah, Auntie Maisie wasn't too rapt to have it in a freezer.
Well, I'm glad she didn't get it mixed up with the fish fingers.
all right, break it up.
Where's the ring?
That didn't need freezing. Here you go.
It's a big diamond.
Yeah, part of that's mine.
So, who's going to print the finger? Give it here. I'm not squeamish.
What do you reckon?
I reckon we fingered the guy.
I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. It was.
I suppose you took the cheque by accident too.
Well, no, I went there for the money. I admit that. Look, all I needed was a short-term loan. But Kurt was always so bloody honest. Look, I explained to him why I needed the money. I practically begged him, but he wouldn't budge. He still said... I won't give you anything. It's a short-term loan. You'll get the whole lot back in 6 months.
I'll be getting 200% interest on my blue gum lots, as if I'd give you a red cent.
Kurt, I am your brother. I need help. If I don't get an immediate ejection on funds...
You just stay
What the hell are
away
you
from me.
doing?
Do you hear me?
Put that
Just
down.
get out. I'm
Put it
sick
down.
and tired.
Put it down. God help me.
Then he came alive again and accidentally wrote you a cheque for $270,000.
And then accidentally shot himself in the head.
Again.
In exactly the same place where he shot himself the first time.
Kind of unlucky, your brother, sir. Well, this is what I think happened, Mr. Landers. You demanded money, told him Hallmark needed an immediate cash injection.
Not mine to give you. I don't care whose it is. Just write out the cheque. $270,000.
He wouldn't cough up, said it was his clients' money for their blue gum investments.
$270,000. I can't do that.
Listen, you sanctimonious...
Now, you don't like being told you can't have what you want, do you, Mr. Landers? Especially by your little brother.
The little
Who the hell-
bastard pulled a gun on me.
Get out of here.
Oh, boom, boom. Give me the bloody thing here.
Did you grab the gun?
Yes.
You forced him to write a cheque for $270,000?
No. Thanks, little brother. You'll find the gun on the bottom of the river.
I think there was a struggle, and before you know it, bang, your brother is dead. Now, how are you going to explain that away, Mr. Landers? So I think you moved towards him, you raised the gun at his head, and you shot him a second time in the head at point-blank range to make it look like a suicide.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Thank you. End of story.
How's it going in there?
Chalk up a victory for truth and justice.
What about Maggie's money?
Ah, well, she should see it back if I've got anything to do with it.
Jeez, imagine being down 10 grand.
Okay, mate, yeah. PJ, that was homicide. They'll be here in 5 minutes.
Good on you. How's the boss getting on?
If I'd known how unscrupulous he was, I would never have accepted him as a partner.
And you would have gone out of business.
We were going out of business anyway. He was creaming off the top, firing good people and pocketing the profits.
Ronnie, can you prove any of this?
Oh, I suspected it for some time, but I'm not good with figures. Then when I saw that ring, it all fell into place.
So you assumed that he'd spent your profits to buy the diamond?
Oh, I could tell it was a good one, even under the circumstances. I was very angry.
And when the opportunity arose, you...
I took it. And the finger. Well, that was sheer spite, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, what did you plan to do long term, Ronnie?
Well, I assumed he'd either have to sell up or just quit the business. There's no way he could run it by himself, missing a finger. Then when he'd gone, I'd come back with the ring money and start again.
Where is he?
He's cooking.
Not only is he clever and good looking, but he smells good and he can
Just
cook.
leave my insecurities out of this, Mags. I'm beginning to wish you never moved in.
Hey, is that Maggie?
Yeah, Ben, hi.
How you doing?
Gee, what smells so good?
That's a lamb korma. The secrets are in the spices.
Can I give you a hand with anything?
Actually, can I just get you to stir that?
Yep.
Mate, have you set the table
Ah,
yet?
yes. Nearly finished.
Ah, that'll be the lamb korma, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, shut up and pass me the papadums. Where are the others?
They're on their way, mate. All right. The papadums are right in front of you.
Come on, Dash, we're going to be late.
Relax. Hey, I hope Ben really can cook.
We're not going to find out at this rate, are we?
Oh, right, okay.
What are you doing in there?
Girl stuff, Adam. You wouldn't understand.
No, I wouldn't understand. It's one of the mysteries of modern life. What women do when they're alone, let alone in groups. I reckon guys have secret. What's that? That secret society? Do they have a secret handshake and stuff? Dash?
The Masons.
Yeah, that's them. Man, I reckon they're weird. Although they're probably only reacting to the